Hey Shrimp Crafters, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Hope as we bring 2020 to a close, most of you are doing well, and if you're not, hopefully you'll be doing better next year. So anyway, just out checking my traps, trying to film. This is Abner. I don't think I've introduced him on the channel yet. He's our little mule, and I've got a bunch of traps out here today. Well, actually I've been out for all season. Have gotten some coyote, some fox, some fisher, a few other coons and some other things. Got very successful on deer this year, and trying to talk is and keep control of him. All he wants to do is eat. But I figured I'd show you. The other day I introduced a 36 Flintlock, and here is a Virginia 1812 Richmond lock on a 36 Flintlock, and I'm fairly certain it's original. I've not popped the pins off. Maybe one of you can tell. I know the lock is original. Those were used in 1812 pattern pistols. They were used on some Flintlock muskets, not into long rifles. So, and I know for a fact that the gun was sold the last time to a gun store that I stopped into the other day, not looking for anything in particular, just happened to go into this little gem of a spot. And they had this buried in the back wall, covered in 2 feet of dust. It just happened to be in 36 caliber. I looked at it, took it apart with a lock. We are missing a thimble, which I have a replacement from Log Cabin coming in. I've shot it. It shoots really nice with 20 grains. I'll get some shooting videos of this a little bit later when he's not around. But I know the lock's real, and I know that the guy sold it August 9th, 1986 to the gun store. He sold a whole collection of them, and this was sitting there all that time collecting dust. So called Log Cabin Gun Store, gun shop, and ordered up some new thimble, got a new unbreakable ramrod coming, and a few other things in the proper size flints. I had to machine this one down a little bit on a grinder, get it short enough to close. Don't have a charge in there, but it is an original lock on potentially original gun. Now, it may not be an original gun. It could be somebody just took the lock and rebuilt it and put it on here, but I do know that the last time this gun was handled outside of the gun store was 1986, August 9th, when he sold it to there. And the best part, they wanted $850 for every single gun in their store, it seemed like, for black powder. And it's a bunch of Thompsons that, you know, go gun broker, you know, anywhere from $250 to $450, $550 all day long. And they had a brand new one in 50 cal, still in the box, not a kit gun, but in the box, $850. Now this is a single trigger. I'm not a big single trigger fan because I like that set trigger adjustment. I do need to see if there's a way that I can make this a little nicer. I did take it apart, clean it all up, and it is working a lot better, but it is a little bit longer. So I would like to figure out how to lighten that up. Patch box works. There are no import marks. It's not a Spanish-made gun that I can tell. I haven't popped the pins out to pull the barrel. I actually don't necessarily want to. There's no reason to, especially since it's in here and I don't want to get any cracks in the stock. But I do know the lock's real, so it could be somebody just made this using a real lock and this was his attempt. Let's see, give him a little bit of lead here. I know this was maybe somebody's attempt at a long rifle, but being that it's 36, and it's a tight 36, so it's almost like a 35 3/4. Because getting the patch down, it's a little rough. So patch down, it's a little tight. Takes a little bit of finesse until I have a long enough unbreakable rod I had to be easy to get in, but I was able to pound in there. It's just past that muzzle crown. It may, I mean, it's too much to hope that it's a complete original, but I have a feeling it was a rebuild somewhere probably in the 60s, 70s, maybe earlier. And it's just a beautiful gun overall. And here's the kicker. So I was thinking of buying and making my own, especially after the Sitting Fox kind of fiasco of that one buying. And I wouldn't say it's a waste of money, but for a ready-made gun, good to go. You know, it has some issues as addressed previously. This one wanted $850. The out the door, you know, with tax was $750. Got a replacement thimble coming in that'll just drop in. Probably put a little bit of you know, lightweight epoxy or drill it and pin it. I just really don't want to damage the stock. I mean, there's a pin here where it goes, and if I can get it in there without damaging the stock, I will. Otherwise, I'll use some kind of lightweight or even super glue, something that I can get it in there without damaging the gun overall. But it is a fantastic shooter. For me, it's shooting just a hair left of center. That could be me pulling with a flint mechanism. At the same time, buddy, don't like cameras. Come here. Hi. Poor guy. Poor guy. Yeah, he's like, what is that? Come here, buddy. Come here. So, anyway, it is a fantastic piece. The sight is dead on. Rear sight's on. Has a nice deep V notch. Well, just a great surprise. Had I found this one before going online, this one all day long was the way to go. Currently, if anyone's watching this when I post this up, on Gunbroker, there are a few 36 originals from the 1840s and 1850s on there for about $1,000. I was actually thinking of bidding on one of those, but I can't get the guy to give me a picture down the bore, so that sends up some flags for me. He answered the question, but it was about a week later, and in the meantime, while I was waiting for his answer, I found this one. So this kind of satisfies that need for $750. Can't touch an Italian reproduction for that. I don't see any Spanish markings on it. I don't see any import marks, and I can't find a single gun made from the 50s, 60s, or 70s, 80s that looks like this. So it probably was the guy, you know, took the lock and custom built it himself, would be my guess. Or he just refinished an original or kept it really nice over the mantelpiece. But I know he sold it to the gun store along with his whole collection of guns, and they said he was an old guy back in 1986. So, and this shop has guns going way, way back. Yep. Something fun too. So those were all patched 36 350s. When the Indians are attacking, in the old days, you could skip putting your patch on, just do powder and ball. So we're going to do 20 grains powder. I'm just going to drop the ball. Now see, still pretty tight. With any luck, we'll hit it. Hopefully you heard that ding. This gun's actually really accurate without a patch. See how dirty that is? There's no liner on this. Nice deep V-notch, tiny little sight. Do that again. Well, there you have it. So far, the consistency on this one has been awesome. And here's what's really cool. The symmetry of that sight is actually angled in. So somebody built this. Couldn't tell you when. I might try to knock these pins out. But they left that sight overhanging, so at some point maybe it was a replacement. Half-cock works great. I'm using old Einsford 3F 20 grains with Swiss 4F in the pan. Those are 350 round balls, and I'll tell you, this gun is pretty darn accurate. Now I am just a hair left with this because of how deep that notch is. Maybe it's because the sight point's left, I'm not sure which. We're going to do one more. Powder only charge 40 grains. As you can see, I like it. Okay. Let's show you what we got. Patched round ball, dead center. This one, the first couple missed because I was aiming here and they go over the top, and I forgot about that. I really got to bury the sight on these. When I aim down here, this is where I'm hitting about 60 yards with a 20 grain charge. So here, here, and then these were my unpatched. There you go. Unpatched, still on target, 60 yards. Patched or unpatched, she's a shooter. Keep you safe on the shrubstead. And tell you, goes to show you what you can do if you're out cruising around randomly bored. not intending to spend money. Luckily I had the money, and I was able to find this little gem. So anyway, wishing everyone safe holidays as we get ready for the new year. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll go clean this. I do need to figure out, so if any of you know how, or if there's a way to make this trigger pull a little bit better, that would be awesome. I do have a screw on the bottom to adjust, so I'm thinking it is what it is, unless one of the screws on the inside of the lock are adjustable for that. Again, this is an original 1812 Virginia Richmond made lock, and only research I can find is these were made for some pistols, and they were made for some I think 75 cal muskets. So if anyone's got any information on them, it'd be fantastic. Nobody made a reproduction of this actual Virginia stamped Richmond lock, so either this guy built it or it's an original that he kept up, neither of which would surprise me. But I'm 90% certain it is not an import. Anyway, stay safe. Hope everyone has a great rest of 2020. We look forward to our new 2021 and all the excitement that's coming with it.